So this is the new 2023 Palomino Puma, model number 31QBBH, or I'd like to put it as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath layout. This model is a little bit on the heavier side and will require at least a 3/4 ton or larger to safely tow it. But if you're new here, we do welcome you to the channel, and let's get started. So this is the new 2023 Palomino Puma, model number 31QBBH. This does fall underneath the Forest River umbrella for all of your service and warranty needs. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. Dry weight as it sits of 8,222. You're riding on two twin 5,100 pound axles. You've got a gross vehicle weight rating of 9,995 pounds. Riding on E-rated tires, 15-inch wheels, and you've got a low capacity, cargo capacity of 1,735 pounds. And I'll try to leave the hitch weight about here in the video. This coach is going to be 96 inches wide and 12 feet 2 inches to the highest point. Let's go ahead and make our way to the inside, and then we'll come out and go over some of the outside features. Let's go ahead and get you inside and get you turned around. Model number 31QBBH. So 2 slide outs on board. One of them is here in your living room. The other one will be found in the back bunk area for the quad bunk QBBH. Quad bunk bunkhouse. This is your view from the, I guess this is a bifold sleeper sofa. You do have some additional storage right over here, but this is the all-electric fireplace. As always, these produce right at 5,000 BTUs of heat. Puma even gives you kind of like a nice little shoe garage here for your sandals whenever you come back from the beach. Some additional storage, maybe a cool little shelf for some, I don't know, I wouldn't say books, but kids don't even read books when they're camping nowadays. Everybody's on their iPads. But either way, a good little shelf and a place to mount maybe a 40-tube or a 48-inch TV. Wow, look at the room. This thing's probably at least 3.5 feet deep. Pretty nice. Good sized pantry. So let's go over your kitchen now, but we'll start with the fridge. This is a 12-volt compressor fridge. This does work off the vehicle or the battery while you're in transportation. If for some reason you are plugged into your vehicle and your camper's not getting any power, be sure to check your vehicle fuse. That is a quick way to kill the battery on board of your RV. Is if you're in transportation and your vehicle, the fuse is blown, not keeping the battery charged on your coach, and you arrive and you're like, why in the world is my fridge hot? Well, that could be why. Be sure to check your fuses. Your appliances, so you got stainless steel appliances all the way throughout. That's very nice. Gray stone oven. These are always adjustable by 2 or 3. Pretty small in size though. Maybe room for maybe some chicken nuggets or a little small pizza. That's going to be all the counter space you got. But this is a normal bunk model, so typically your kitchen areas aren't that big. When you're trying to squeeze sleeping on board for at least 7 or 8 people, you tend to lose a lot of your counter space. So this is going to be your living room / dining room slide. We've outfitted this one with the U-shaped booth and the bifold sleeper sofa. This just lays completely flat. There's also some additional storage under here as well. So this is nice to see what Puma's done. They've removed finally all the carpet inside the RV, replaced it with this woven type material here in the slide, and also you'll find it throughout the bedroom, all the storage areas like underneath the bed and so forth. Your window treatments are trimmed out with a gray roller shade, and there is some tint on the windows aboard already, and these are breeze windows also. So in this entire slide will lay flat. This will lay flat, the booth will lay flat. I'll try to incorporate a video about here showing you that laid out into its full sleeping arrangement, maybe to give you a better idea on what that looks like. So let's go ahead and make our way all the way upstairs to the main bedroom. That's a queen size bed. You're kind of tucked into a cubby, but they've opened it up a little bit, maybe for claustrophobic people. They've also raised it up higher. Hanging closets on both sides. You do have 12 volt and 110 outlets here, and only a 12 volt outlet on that side. Let's look under the bed for some storage. Trimmed out pretty nicely. You do have the hydraulic cylinders to help. So heating on board, you've got a 35,000 BTU furnace, and the underbelly of the coach is fully enclosed. But also your cooling, you have 2 air conditioners on board. This one's a 13.5. It's just going to produce the air right here in the bedroom. But you still have vents coming into here, but I'll get to that in a second. Television, if you wanted one in your bedroom, this would be your view. I'm not going to put my shoes on the bed, but this would be your view. If you decided to mount a TV, just make sure you have a professional do that. You don't want to mount one that's too big and just cause problems while you're in transportation. And there's a better view of the air conditioner. So the vents are coming from the main air conditioner on board. This one's a 15K, and it's going to produce air conditioning for the entire coach, the bunk room, the kitchen, as well as this bedroom here. But if you are like me and you want to sleep colder, you will have your own air conditioner just for this room. Let's look at the bathroom, and pointing out the floor vents too, all the way throughout the floor from that 35,000 BTU furnace. And more storage in the bunk room. So if any time during the video you guys like what you see, help me out by leaving a couple of thumbs up. All of your interactions with videos, they definitely do help me out. If you see something you like or even dislike, leave it in the comments and let us know. So the Palomino Puma has ceiling height of 6'8". And inside the shower, I'm 6'2". I have a little bit of additional room over my head, plus the skylight. It is very helpful. It's a plastic foot flush toilet. Your bathroom vanity, plastic sink, and the pink stuff, that is the RV antifreeze from the factory. And your view from the toilet. So it is tight. It is tight. But the bathroom is, overall, it is pretty tight as well. So again, squeezing this much sleeping into an RV, sometimes you sacrifice places like that, like in your kitchen and bathroom, just so you can have all this additional sleeping. So back here, this will be your kids' room or your bunk room, guest room, whatever you decide to call it. Over here to your right, you got the single bunk on the top, or if you're wanting to turn this room into kind of like a theater room, you know, it does rain whenever you're at the campground, so you can flip this up. Take a seat. This will be your view. You can mount probably a little smaller 38, 42 maybe inch TV there. A ladder for the kids to get up and down. And you notice a little vent for ventilation back there. And this is some of your storage. Lots of storage for your kids back here. And they do have a rod to maybe hang some clothes. Stack them in there pretty nice. One thing I do recommend though, for smaller kids, if they're sleeping up here, you notice there's no rail. Get yourself one of those foam pool noodles and just place it maybe here. It'll create like a nice little lip to keep the children from rolling off. And this will be another closet for all of your guests. I'll try to include a video about here showing this laid completely flat into its full sleeping arrangement. Let's go ahead and look at the MSRP before we head outside. So there's 3 different pages we're going to look at, and maybe you can pause the video to read each one of those. Page number 2. And of course, our price can be found over at the website, which is in the link that is listed down below. But if you're not interested in seeing anything on the outside, I greatly would appreciate you go ahead and drop me a couple of thumbs up or even a comment down below. But this is all the controls to operate your slide operation. That awning you see here, we'll close that up for a little bit. It's also how you're going to monitor all of your tanks, your holding tanks, your gray, your black, even your fresh water, water heater, water pump, and your light switches. Outdoor kitchen, that's very, very nice for some. Some of my customers like it, some dislike it. You've got probably right at a 15-foot awning. That's the bedroom entrance. But let's start here on the front. So the camper you're looking at today is what I call a stick and tin. You've got a metal siding with a wooden structure, 2x2 sidewalls placed 16 inches on center. That's why I call it stick and tin. It's kind of just always stuck. But here on the front, you got a fully metal front cap, but down here on the bottom, they kind of come back with this diamond plate, maybe to assist with some of the road debris that's kicked up. This will be where your battery is located at. We do provide you with a battery housing. It's plastic here, and that's the battery disconnect switch. You got the 2 larger propane tanks on board with the electric tongue jack, making hooking up to your vehicle a lot easier. So this coach is going to be stabilized from 2 sets of these electric stabilizers. These will only go down till they feel probably about 5, maybe 10 pounds of pressure, and then they're going to just completely cut off. That's perfectly fine. When they do cut off, that's what they're designed to do. Television connections on the outside if you wanted to place another TV. This thing's loaded out with TVs. TV in the bedroom, living room, back in the bunk. You probably got TV connections over here, but you also have TV connections here. Yep, and your outlet. That's the exhaust from the furnace, black tank flush, and the 6-gallon gas or electric water heater. Outdoor speaker, that's what that is way up here. Notice the LED accent lights. And these are the nicer step above steps. They do have the larger platform at the top, which makes getting in and out easier. You have the bigger grab handle, and these things adjust very, very easily. Let's come back and go over the outdoor kitchen, but this is interesting to see. You have an additional black tank flush back here, plus that one up there. Outdoor kitchen, the gray stone griddle. It's got the little protective coating on it right now, but that flips over in place. I like when you see the outdoor kitchens that have the metal finish to it. Plastic sink. And this is your fridge. What do you guys like? Do you like or dislike outdoor kitchens on bunk models? I get kind of like a 50-50 review from customers. Second additional set of electric jacks. Again, they will only go down until they feel about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure before completely cutting off. Fully enclosed underbelly, and that is the LP quick disconnect for the griddle on the top. So you got the 4x4 tubular bumper. So when you're finished camping, if you are able, you can take your sewer and other things and use this as a pretty good little storage area. Spare tire, fully walkable roof with the ladder. That's fantastic. This one's blindside camera prep. That's what that black dot is there. So those camera systems, all we do is we can order that for you, or you are able to go on Amazon yourself. It's a plug and play system. It just sends over a signal to the monitor inside of the vehicle. Your slides are rack and pinion slides, and it's coming through a very beefy 10-inch I-beam construction. Power cord located on this side. It is a 50 amp coach, and you're going to be provided with probably right at a 30-foot cord. And this is where the city water connections are plugged up to the RV are at. Low point drain. If you're deciding you're not going to camp in the winter, you can drain all the water from this point. There's probably a valve under here, and you got black and gray for your sewer connections right here. And you have an additional gray. Hope you can see that sewer popping out there. That's an additional gray, so more than likely you'll have to have multiple hoses just to link everything up in unison. Outdoor storage. I didn't point that out. You do have a pass-through in the front. This stores the smaller of the two. There we go. Now that should be 100% on this camper. What do you guys think of the new 2023 quad bunk? Again, recommend pulling it with at least a 3/4 ton. Thanks for sticking around this long in the video. Continue to like and subscribe. Come see us.